Figure 3 showing the map of the Europe after the Vienna Congress. You can see that there are many countries are there still, but we can see also some other regions or countries that have no present countries like Prussia, Kingdom of Two Sicily, Sardinia, then small states. Okay, there are different countries are there, and the geographical size of different countries also varied at present. So this is a old map of the Europe. That time Europe was not a nation state. Okay, then now we are moving to discuss about the rule and the administrative systems of the Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, you know, at the time of the French Revolution, the Louis XVI was murdered. He was killed by the Jacobin Club members, and after that day, Robespierre, Maximilien Robespierre of the Jacobin Club leader, took the power of the France. Later, he was also very cruel, and he also became delusioned. And after that, the director role of the 5 members was elected, but this director role is also clash or quarrel with each other. As a result, this situation utilized by the French army captain Napoleon Bonaparte. He conducted a military coup and took the power of the France, and he became the monarch of the France. And as a emperor of the France, Napoleon Bonaparte started to take the many reforms. Some of these reforms indicating the return to monarchy of the France. Okay, no doubt at all, he was destroyed the democratic principles of the France. It's like a turning to the kingdom or the monarchy system. But at the same time, he was also introduced many good reforms in the administrative field. Napoleon put forward many good reforms. One of the famous reform of the Napoleon was his civil code, which was introduced in the year 1804. This civil code is also known as Napoleonic Code of 1804. In this code, he introduced 3 important laws or principles. One was he did away all the privileges based on the birth. That means he was abolished all privileges which was enjoyed by the clergy, aristocracy, nobility of the society. Such all privilege by the birth was abolished by the Napoleon in this code. Secondly, he was brought equality before the law. All are equal in front of the law. That the laws also implemented, and he also given the third one is right to property for every sections of the people. The landless people also got the land due to the land distribution process. And along with this civil code, he also introduced many reforms. His civil code and his reforms, he was introduced not only in the France, but also what are the areas of the France he was conquered by this time. There also he was applied his policies. What are the regions in Europe conquered by the Napoleon? There also he was introduced his reforms, his principles and civil codes. Okay, the countries like Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Italy, Germany, these 3 regions also came under the control of the Napoleon. There also he had implemented this form of the reforms. Okay. And the another important reforms of the Napoleon was he was simplified the administrative divisions. That means most of the regions are different duchies and fragmented, stratified in with the small parts and regions under different rulers and kings. So tried to merge, unite these almost same speaking people into one. Okay, for example, the Germany was scattered with over 90 states. He was merged and he brought 39 confederation of the German states. Okay, that is one of the good principle of the Napoleon. Second was, or another was, he abolished the feudal system and freed the peasants and from the mineral dues and serfdom. Okay, he was abolished the system of the feudalism, and he freed the peasants from the serfdom, and he was abolished the manorial dues system. And also in the towns, he was removed the guild restrictions. In the most of the towns and cities of the Europe, they had a problem with the guild restriction. This guild or trading group, they have the monopoly over the trading purpose. The new businessman or new trader have no chance to attend the trading activity in the cities. So he was removed such a trading monopoly of the guild or trade group. And he was also improved the transport and communication system. So this some of these policies have given new freedom, new enjoyment, and new rights for the peasants, artisans, and new businessmen. Due to the abolishment of the feudalism, mineral use, and the serfdom, it gives the more freedom to the peasants, and artisans also have got the freedom, and businessmen also got the freedom by the improvement of the transport and communication, as well as the removal of the guild restrictions. And he also introduced some of the standardized uniform weights and measures, uniform laws for all of them, and common national currency for different such different economic reforms also brought by this Napoleon. As a result, it easily facilitated the movement of the goods from one region to another region. The traders or the merchants can easily move their goods and capital from one region to another region very easily. And you can see, however, some of the few reforms or administrative policies of the Napoleon have set back to his life or his role, because it was hated by the people. One was the lack of political freedom. He didn't give such a political freedom to people, and also he was increasing the tax one by one or frequently, and he also imposed the censorship in the what are the objects which was published or released in the form of stories, books, novels, dramas, films, etc. Whatever the things want to release or publish should be censored by the Napoleon. And also, forced the conscriptions to the military or the French armies, compulsory military service. This all created hate, hostility among the people towards the Napoleon. So that is why in the initial time of his conquering to the neighboring regions, the people of that area, they were happily welcomed the French armies there. So French armies are the harbingers of the liberty. Because of the good of the reforms of the Napoleon, they were find out the Napoleonic rule as good. But later, due to this, some of these reforms like high tax, forced military service, lack of political freedom, then censorship, such activities or such reforms of the Napoleon created setback to him, because the people started to react against the French rule or the Napoleonic rule. That means, even though he put forward the many good reforms and only few bad reforms, but the people outweighed the more preferences to these bad reforms, and they were starting to hate the Napoleon. Okay, now we can stop and discuss, and also this, especially the people of the cities like Switzerland, Holland, Brussels, Mainz, Milan, Warsaw, from that area, the cities of that area, they were started to the ridicule French rule. On the initial stage, they were enthusiastic towards Napoleon, but it was turned to hostility because of some of the bad reforms. Okay, and we can stop this class. We will continue on the next time. Okay, thank you for all. Good morning.